Hi, welcome to my ACT portion of the video tutorials. Let's get started with the science reasoning. First, understand the mechanics of the test itself. There are 7 groups of passages. The answers are in the passages, so please do not draw upon your previous knowledge in science to come up with the correct answer choice. The information is presented in the form of paragraphs, tables, graphs, diagrams, and simple equations. There are about 40 questions and 35 minutes to answer them. You have 2 different types of answer keys. One is A, B, C, D, and the other is F, G, H, and J, and they're alternating with questions. In the science reasoning section of the ACT, they would like to test 3 basic skills. The first skill that they want to test is your ability to interpret information from given graphs or charts. The second, when a passage summarizes some research data or an experimental procedure or some discussion of the data, they want to see if you can evaluate the method and or interpret the results. And the final skill that they're testing is to see if you can recognize the evidence in very complicated scientific data, which is actually supporting 2 opposing arguments. There are 3 levels of difficulty. What we say is in the SAT science reasoning, your cognitive levels are tested within each group, which basically means that within each passage, the questions go from easy to the most difficult. So the levels of difficulty are understanding the passage, analysis, and generalization. The very easy one would be understanding the passage. This is when you would be asked to identify variables, how the graphs are scaled, the nature of the experimental problems, any points of views, and a lot of the answers would be very easily obtained from the passage itself or the graphs, figures, or diagrams that they refer you to. The second level is the deeper meaning of the graphs, such as the relationships between 2 different variables or conclusions you can draw from 2 separate sets of data, whether they have graphed it or presented to you in a table form. You may also be asked to see if there are any adequate controls and if there are controls missing, some kinds of conclusions, and you will be asked to identify data that may support an argument. The third level of difficulty would be generalization. Some further research, further studies that could help understand the conclusions better, any impact the results may have on other studies or even society at large. Let's discuss some strategies and pitfalls. This is my favorite. Knowing too much about the subject could be bad. So please base your answer strictly on the contents of the passage. I suggest answer the easy ones first and then tackle the most difficult ones. Go to the questions that have figures, diagrams, graphs, and charts referred to them. I will leave it up to you whether you want to do the easy ones for all of the 7 passages and then go and tackle the difficult ones. That would be one strategy, or you can go passage by passage. The third point, practice the test under time condition, is very, very important. And if you need practice tests, please send me an email and I will be happy to send you some practice tests at no cost to you. Get familiar with the mechanics of the structure of the test, and this comes from practicing the test. You want to be very familiar with how the questions are written, how the passages are presented, how long you will take, and monitor your reactions. Are you nervous? Can you answer all the questions in time? So practice is the key to doing well in any standardized testing. I said this before and I'm going to say it again. The answer sets are either A, B, C, D or F, G, H, and J. Okay, I've selected 2 questions just to show you one strategy. The strategy which can save us some time. So notice that you have not seen the passage yet, and you probably won't, and you can still answer some of the questions. This is question 1. I notice the number of the question, which tells me it's an easy question. I'm asked to go to figure 1, and I'm told that the figure 1 defines the mesosphere as a region of Earth that is overlapping some unknown atmospheric layers here. So let's go to figure 1, and here's figure 1, and let's go ahead and find out where our mesosphere is, and I see it right here. So it's overlapping this piece here, which is the outer mantle, and it is overlapping this piece here, which is the inner mantle. So we have our answer, and let's go and see if outer and inner mantles present here. Here's inner and outer mantle. So the answer choice is going to be answer choice C. I have another question. Now, first of all, I need to fix a typo, and that's not my typo. Based on figure 2, the ratio of the Richter scale 5.0 earthquake to the Richter scale 5.5 earthquakes in the last 30 years can be expressed by which of the following fractions? Okay, so notice here on the y-axis we have the number of the earthquakes recorded in the last 30 years, and it's 10,000 all the way up to 70,000, and the scaling is in 10,000s. And I have here the Richter scales, 5.0 and 5.5. So they want the ratio of this number and this number. Notice that the answer choices are in fractions, so I'm going to make an executive decision to round 30,000, which is basically 5.5 Richter scale, and over 60,000, and that's approximately a half. You're not allowed calculator in this section, so you must be able to round, and they do say approximately, and the answer is B. Okay, so this is it for this portion of the video tutorial, and please check out the other videos. I will continue to show you various different I will continue to show you various strategies for each type of questions by demonstrating how a strategy can be used in the question. This particular strategy was to help you figure out how you can save time without spending a lot of time reading the passage and looking at the graphs and data. You can go straight to the question, pick the easy ones. It refers you to figure 1, and you can basically find the answer in figure 1. I actually picked question number 5, which in this particular passage was supposed to be the difficult one. And we were able to do question 5 as well without having to go deeply into the passage. So you could be lucky with certain passages that all of the questions are really easy. I will continue to show you various strategies for each type of question. This particular one demonstrated how you can save time by going straight to the questions. It's very nice if you are told where the answers are.